This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
Exclusive merch.
Exclusive merch. You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows, but also bonus episodes each month. But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
Because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And
This is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
Thirsty Thursday edition. Full episode here, and we hope you're ready and excited. We have actually a quick episode for you, and I warned you on Tuesday that this was about abuse, child abuse. I will say it doesn't get too horrible. This is, if there is one, this is almost a comedic type episode, and you're like, how could that ever happen? You will see why.
Ooh.
Can I just say I found this on, at night when you just can't sleep and you just happen to just be scrolling through TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
The things that come up.
Yeah.
And that's how I found this episode. This story, I never heard of it. So we're going to go to Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, way far from Texas. Are you proud?
Yeah, I am proud. You're really changing it up.
Detroit, Michigan. But before we go to Detroit, can I tell you the story of Sweet Pea picking up a homeless person / panhandler? They're two different things.
I can't.
Let's let the homeless people get
Let
mad
me
at
just
us
tell you
here.
that Dirty Chat has picked up a homeless person before, so this is not a good sign. This is not a good sign.
Sippy said he was at H-E-B getting gas, H-E-B in Belmead, and one of the panhandler guys asked him for a ride. So, and it was just this little short Hispanic dude. And Sippy says, man, at first he was going to say no. Then he was like, what if this is Jesus? What would Jesus do? Jesus may be posing as a homeless man like in the Bible. And so he was like, I'll just have him sit in the passenger seat, and I'm way bigger than him, so
But
sure.
Okay.
And I was like, you could have at least took a picture of him and sent it to me and told me. I didn't find out till like 2 days later. So anyways, this guy's in this car, and he did a good job because Soupy gave him a full interview. Yes. He took the man to his house, so he's not homeless. He lives near Baylor campus, and the house wasn't horrible. Like, it was just a, fine house. He was ready to go home and pick up his girlfriend because a lady just donated 2 nights at a local hotel for him because she thought he was homeless. So he was going to go pick up his girlfriend and have a rendezvous at this.
How's he going to pick up
hotel.
his girlfriend? Is Sweet Pea taking them too?
No, I don't know if they have a car at the house. I don't know if they go Uber, take the bus. I
So
don't
was
know.
he saying he
lives
was
with his
homeless,
girlfriend.
but he was saying he was a panhandler?
Panhandler. So his job is to ask for money on the side of the road.
Oh.
Yeah. So he graduated from University High School.
Oh my God, cricket just scared me.
Graduated from University High School, and, well, didn't graduate. He dropped out of school, got on drugs really bad, did some time, and when he got out of jail, he decided he's just going to panhandle. Guess how much money he makes in a day on near Baylor campus?
What? How much?
I mean, not in a day, in an hour. $400 to $500 an hour on Baylor campus, especially during like prime time. So like football season or like move-in time or graduation time. Yes. He'll make about half that anywhere else. Like, so he was by H-E-B Belmead. He'll make about half that in an hour.
I don't believe him. He's lying. He'd be
Well,
lying.
he was like, you know, these Baylor kids, they have a lot of guilt, you know, because they're so well off. So they see somebody like me, homeless, and really in your heart, you're supposed to give. When you see somebody less than you, you're supposed to give. So you got to think this is a Christian campus. You're taught stuff like that. And the more you give, the more you receive. So he's taking advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go.
He's a businessman. He's a businessman.
I was like, oh my goodness. He also said that he just got diagnosed with cancer, and he was just so proud of himself for not going back to drugs. And you know, I guess he's just proud of himself for being a panhandler.
We should probably go just live the life of a panhandler for a day.
He also left his bag and
do you have to like rub dirt on your face? Like, what do you have to do?
He didn't even look I mean, he looked sweaty and grungy because he'd been in the heat all day, but no. Nobody assumes, like, there's panhandlers that they pull their truck up, like a nice Chevy truck right there where they're panhandling.
Did he sit there with a sign saying he's homeless? No. He just sat there and they just poured.
Now, if you see the signs, it says need help or out of a job or there's nothing at all, and people just give them money out of the grace of their heart. So obviously you're the person who does not give money.
Hell no!
So shocked about
No,
this.
I stare straight ahead. I'm like, oh, somebody's calling me.
There's a juggler on the end of Highway 6 that, I mean, he juggles for like the whole time you're at the stoplight, and people give him money all the time because he's at least working for it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've never done anything.
No. So there's my homeless story.
Wow.
Or non-homeless. There's my panhandling story. So very smart of Sweet Pea, don't you think?
Yeah, good job, Sweet Pea. Good
doesn't
job.
listen
Next
to
time you're going to
anything.
get stabbed in the neck, but it's fine.
Okay, Detroit. You ready?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to talk about a guy named Charles Bothuell V.
Oh,
You inspired me
no.
with your Roman numeral names.
Oh.
Not really, just happened to be. So I love it. We got another the fifth.
Another the fifth. This is
And-
already starting off with a red flag.
Yeah, that was the red flag last time. Okay, so in 2011, so pretty recent, the mother of Charles Bothuell IV called up Daddy Charles V, okay, and asked for help with their son. So their son is the fourth, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not married anymore. They've been split up. And Charlie, so Charlie number 4, had been getting in trouble at school. His grades were shit. His behavior was shit. He was getting in trouble. And mom just had trouble keeping him on track.
Mm-hmm.
He's 12 years old at this time. So she thought he needs a man. He needs a father in his life. And so they agreed to let Charles... Sorry, I said all that backwards. The 5th is going to be the youngest one, right? So Charlie the 5th is going to now go live with his daddy, Charlie the 4th.
Okay.
So Charlie number 5 is a little boy. So he's living with his dad and his stepmom, Monique. And he has 2 half siblings. One is age 4 and one is 10 months old. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're in Michigan, and he's still going to continue to go visit his mom on weekends, just like a normal separation, marriage, custody type thing is. So Charles number 4, so Daddy Charles decides he's going to be drill sergeant dad to teach some lessons in Charlie number 5.
Mm-hmm.
and that he needs some respect and he needs some discipline. So he's going to be drill sergeant-ish. So he decides to homeschool him.
Oh.
Red flag. He puts him on a strict diet, makes him work out. But little Charlie doesn't like this because he hasn't had, this is like a whole lot so soon, right? Like you've probably had flexibility with mom. Now you have a very strict diet and you have a very strenuous workout plan as a 12-year-old. So he decides to run away.
Oh.
But he's only gone 3 hours and the police find him and they bring him back. And now Charlie is even more trouble and he's not allowed to sleep on a bed anymore. He has to sleep on the couch in the living room next to the master family room or master bedroom so that they can hear him if he tries to leave.
Okay.
So, and now he has to get up and work out at 5 a.m. And his life is even more restrictive than it was before. So dad's getting more discipline, which, okay, you get in trouble, you get a restriction or punishment or whatever. So, but on June 14th, 2014, according to stepmom Monique, 12-year-old Charles went to work out at their gym. There's like they're in a condo, so went to work out like at their little gym there, and goes to the bathroom, but he does not return.
Oh no! Did he go down the toilet? What did he do? What did he do? Climb out the roof?
She calls his dad and tells him that he's missing again.
Oh no!
Maybe he ran away.
Charlie.
So dad calls the police and reports him missing. So they come in. They immediately question, of course, dad and stepmom. And the police search. They do extensive interviews with all the parents. They search the house, or they live in a condo. They searched like the parks around the area, like the basketball courts. But they were first not too alarmed because he ran away before.
Yeah.
And they get permission to search the house, the condo where Charlie lives. They search the whole house. They start down in the basement. They're calling for him. Charlie, this is Detroit police. Come out. You're safe. They're identifying themselves. Nobody says anything. Like, Charles does not come out. They are searching his room, and they find a pair of dirty clothes with a little bit of blood on the clothes.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right, if you love smoothies or if you love your protein in the morning, you need to get you a Blend Jet. You can do that if you go into blendjet.com. If you enter the code BHH12, you get a discount. And let me tell you, these things are portable. They are easy to use. They can fit in your cup holder. You can have it at home or you can have it in your office like I do. Right this morning, I had my blueberry banana one
How was
with
it?
some chia seed.
Wasn't chunky or anything?
It was very smooth. When I have it in my shaker, it is a little chunky. So this is a great alternative.
I love it.
It is battery powered, so all you have to do is plug it in every 2 weeks, and the battery never runs down.
Oh my gosh. I love battery powered things.
Go to BlendJet and order you a BlendJet and get a discount.
Thanks, April, for sharing.
Did you know you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee? I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned the bottle around to actually see what's inside. When I did, I found out many of my favorite creamers contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, ew, and artificial flavors. Laird Superfood all started when big wave surfer Laird Hamilton needed morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. He couldn't find anything in the market that met his ingredient standards, so made himself the ultimate plant-based creamer. Laird Superfood started and launched its first product, Original Superfood Creamer, in 2015. Laird Superfoods contain no artificial flavors, colors, or additives, and no sugars from highly refined corn syrup. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. All Laird products are also made of all-natural whole food ingredients, and they are crafted from the highest quality all-natural real food ingredients. Are you ready to feel more energized, focused, and supported? Go to lairdsuperfood.com and add nourishing plant-based foods to fuel you from sunrise to sunset. Use our promo code BOO at checkout to save 15% off your purchase today.
But not like alarming blood, like this blood could be explained away, but now that we got a missing kid and bloody clothes, they're a little bit more alarmed. The police are, okay? Do you know the story?
I don't know. Is this the Nancy Grace one?
Yes.
Okay, this is great.
So dad agrees. So now they're kind of wanting to talk to stepmom and dad a little bit more, and they ask for a polygraph test. Stepmom Monique is like, hell no. Dad is at first saying hell no, because now they're kind of accusational against the parents. They're questioning questions that he feels like is accusing him of doing something wrong. So he denies the polygraph from the Detroit police, but the FBI come in and they decide that they're going to give the polygraph test. So he agrees to do it with the FBI. But the test is inconclusive.
Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
And stepmom never does the polygraph. Now, they're also searching text messages between the dad and the stepmom. And Daddy Charles was complaining about how there's no hope for Charlie number 5 and that he just needs to be gone. And that he does not have what it takes to become a doctor or lawyer or engineer, that they just need to be done with him and send him off to a military boarding school immediately. So days and days go by, 11 days actually.
11?
And little Charlie number 5 still does not show up. So the dad has been publicly pleading for his son's safe return. He's on the news, and police have still found nothing. And Nancy Grace gets a hold of this, okay? And she does what Nancy does, and she contacts him.
Questioning him. She's just asking him about the case. He's telling her about the case.
Yeah, and so all the time he has parents on, or she has parents on, and whose kids are missing, and she likes to talk to the parents. She likes to get an insight of the parent and the family and the kids. So Nancy Grace is on, and
we will have to post this because you have to see the facial expression.
So we'll put it on Patreon, and then I'll put it in the.
It's kind of surprising, but diarrhea is actually a form of constipation.
What
Weird,
is
right?
this?
You've probably seen this guy. Out to.
Okay, so I'll put it on Patreon and in the episode notes for the episode. But you guys have to watch this. Listen and imagine.
The father of the missing 12-year-old boy, Charlie. With me is his father, Charlie Bothuell. Charlie, we're getting reports that your son has been found in your basement. Sir? Mr. Bothuell, are you
What?
Yeah, we are getting reports that your son has been found alive in your basement.
What?
Yes, that's what, if you could hand me that wire very quickly. Yeah, we're getting that right now How could your son be alive in your basement?
I have no idea.
Now, this is just a report that we are hearing out of Detroit that we're trying to confirm.
God,
Everybody
please.
in New York, please get on it. Let me know when we get Charlie Langton from WWJ. Sir, did you check your basement?
I checked my basement. The FBI checked my basement. The Detroit police checked my basement. My wife checked my basement. I've been down there several times. We've all been checking. How?
Okay, this is what we are hearing, that the missing 12-year-old boy has been found alive and well in his father's basement. Now, this is what I don't understand why you guys would have reported he's missing, and all our viewers have been on the lookout for him.
We've been on the lookout for him. We searched that entire house repeatedly. The FBI searched, the Detroit police searched. We've all searched. Oh, God, they brought dogs, everything. Everybody is searched. What? Okay, my son.
Have you checked your cell phone?
My cell phone is dead. I actually getting down here, I left it in the car charging because it had died on me. Okay.
And you're telling us that you searched your basement and your wife searched your basement.
I searched my basement. My wife searched my basement. The FBI searched my basement. The Detroit police searched my basement. We've all searched my basement multiple times. Yes. They had the dogs searched. We've all searched the basement. The dogs searched my basement. Oh, God.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance to call home and see what you can find out. Charlie Langton, WWJ News. Charlie, we're getting reports tonight that the boy has been found alive in Daddy's basement.
Yeah, Nancy, we're just getting word right now, and we've just basically confirmed that, the boy has been found alive in the father's basement. And we're just getting reports right now that is true. Literally, it just broke moments ago. Now, why
his
the
phone
boy,
was in
why
his
the
car
father didn't know
charging.
about that for the last 11 days? What if the child was afraid? If there was any other collusion amongst anyone? What the child ate? All of those are questions that we are trying to get reports on right now. We understand that we're sending news crews right now to the scene. We're also understanding that the police chief is going to make yet another announcement that should be coming up a little bit later on. But yes, the boy has been found alive in his father's basement.
And now a word from our sponsors.
I'm your puzzle pal, and I'm going to tell you about my latest obsession, Wongo puzzles. These things are the real deal, folks. They're high quality, handcrafted, and perfect for anyone who loves a good challenge, but doesn't want to dedicate their entire kitchen table to puzzles for a week. Trust me, I've been there. I might still be there. But I got one of these actually for Christmas. I loved it. I did it, and I was so proud of myself. And they have all these cool designs, and you need to go to wongopuzzles.com and use our discount, BHH. You get 10% off. And I really want to know if you'll order one of these puzzles, what'd you think about it? Because it's so fun, and I need to order like 5.
Cure hydration. If you are obsessed with your hydration like I am, this may be something good for you. This is something that is so easy. Forget about the Gatorade. That just dehydrates you even more. And if you don't like the taste of coconut water, try Cure Hydration. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. This is vegan. It's no added sugars. It's just a little packet you could put in your water. Or if you're really smart during happy hour, you could put it into your Tito's. It is just as effective as an IV drip. And if you do not like the taste of water, it's not as boring as water. not as sugary as the sports drink. And if you're an athlete, it'll give you the best performance. Or if you just get brain fog or headaches because you do not stay hydrated.
Brain frog?
Brain fog.
I get
The
brain fog.
solution is Cure Hydration. So go to that link, enter the code. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. Cure Hydration. Thoughts, please. Thoughts. So you got to see the video. You guys, y'all have to watch the video because words without body language doesn't tell you the whole picture. So Caroline, was that a genuine reaction?
No.
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 Okay. He was holding his chest. He was speechless.
In the basement. How was he found at the basement? We all searched the basement. How was he found? The dogs searched the basement.
The dogs. Okay.
What could have happened?
Obviously, this broke and media was everywhere. So he left Nancy Grace, and down in the parking lot, they were there. They were near his house. And so they let the police people, the news people interview him on the street. It looks like he is near his neighborhood now. So I'm only going to play a little bit. Do I need to pay for something to not have these?
What is it? On
YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh.
Charlie, let me ask you, what's your reaction?
Did you know that he was in the basement?
Man, no, I didn't know that he was in the basement. I searched. My wife searched. We've had dozens of police officers, FBI agents here, dogs. We've all been searching for my son. You know, so any intimation that I knew that he was in there somehow, it's absurd. Literally, I couldn't find him. You know, if the FBI couldn't find him and the Detroit police couldn't find him, for anybody to intimate, they did finally, yeah. They've been living in my house for the last 10, 11 days. They've been here. We looked in my basement. I looked into my basement. They looked. They went down there with search dogs. My wife looked before she called me.
When was the last time you looked for your son down there?
The last time I looked for my son down there was a few days ago, before the FBI did, before they came with the dogs. No, I've been in the basement, but
Has he ever hidden? Has he ever hidden in the basement before? Has he ever hidden down there before?
No, he hasn't.
We heard that your ex-wife may have been hiding him down there from you and feeding him.
That's absurd. And my ex-wife did not take off. The FBI or the task force was here executing a search warrant. They forced my wife to leave. I was here. You guys were here. They stated we could not be in the house while the search was being executed. That was a decision of law enforcement, not the decision of my wife.
How surprised are you that he was found in the basement?
I'm shocked because I looked, like I said, the Detroit police looked, the FBI looked. Repeatedly, they've been through here. They've been in my house until 3 in the morning on occasions and all night. When that lieutenant kept me and my family at the police station from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., the Detroit police and the task force were here all night executing search warrants. So to say that, you know, for anybody to imply that I somehow knew that my son was in the basement, it's absurd and it's wrong. I love my son. I'm glad that he's home and he's going to have the great future that he deserves to have.
Well, no one
He seems so angry for him just found his son. I think you might need to go give him a hug or something. I mean,
he actually, at the end of this, he is defending himself, and then it hits him, and he busts out in tears, and he hugs the cameraman. He, like, cries on the cameraman's shoulders. So I'll post this video, too, so you can watch. The whole video is, like, 9 minutes. But if you watch all of it, he kind of says all that over and over, but then he gets emotional, and he hugs the cameraman, like, and has tears, and he's just like, I'm so happy my son is home. So I know this one here, it's just, I never heard of it. So when he was on the Nancy Grace show, police searched his place again after they heard accusations from neighbors that there could have been some abuse at home and mistreatment from the difference between how they treat Charlie and then the other 2 little kids. So they search the basement again. They call out his name, identifying themselves as the police. But they notice there's a barricade that wasn't there before. So, like, there's this new pile of, like, dresser and, like, boxes and stuff that wasn't there when they searched it the 2 or 3 times before.
Mm-hmm.
So a cop just randomly decides, let's just move this barricade out of the way. And behind that barricade is a door. And in that door, it takes you to like this little closet. And the closet has a bunch of junk in there. But behind some other shit in this closet is Charlie hiding. So he was in there all the times. He didn't say, help me. He didn't cry out, and even when he knew the police were close and in there, he was still hiding from them. So that came out too. And then they grabbed him and they said, you're safe, and they're going to take him to the hospital. And the first thing that Charlie asks is, will my dad be there? And when the police told him no, he says, good.
Ooh.
So you know the world starts going crazy, right? At the hospital, and then afterwards, Charlie starts talking. Because at the hospital, they notice he has scars on him. He has bruising. And then there's the questions like, who's bringing him food? Because when they find him in this closet, there's Gatorade bottles, there's protein shakes, and so somebody had been bringing him something.
Yeah.
So who was bringing him food? Why did he not cry the first 3 times the cops were there? Who gave him these bruises? Did he run away and hide there, or did somebody put him there? Because he had run away before. So did he run away? Or did one of his parents put him there? So these are all the questions that the police want to ask him. So Charlie's talking.
Okay.
What would you think the story is?
That they put him in there and told him to be quiet.
Shut up.
And gave him food.
So,
but I don't know why the dogs would smell him.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
So when he came to live with his dad, he was in public school for only 1 month. And then his dad decided to homeschool him. He was punished when he was quizzed and he did not know the answers. And he was made to stay indoors all the time. He had no friends. He had no socialization. There was a local park. He was not allowed to go to the park. He was not allowed to play basketball. How does a little black kid not be allowed to go play basketball?
Like, what's the point of all of this?
So Dad talks in one of his interviews, talks about his cousin went to a military school, and when he got all that discipline, when he came back, he was a successful lawyer now. So was his dad thinking?
So let's put him in the closet and he'll be a successful lawyer?
There's no logic. He was only allowed to go outside if he was with his stepmom, Monique, and that was only if she was going to the grocery store and she allowed him to go to the grocery store with them. So the neighbors were seeing, we know there's another kid in there because we've seen him a couple times, but he's not allowed to come outside and play, but these other little kids are. Okay? Now, the first time he ran away, they asked him where these scars are from, and he said that he was beat with a PVC pipe the first time he came home. So he ran away, they brought him home, they beat him with a PVC pipe, and made him switch sides when one side got bruised up. So they would make him lie on his stomach, they beat him on the back, and then when that got too bad, he'd have to lie on his side. So then they beat him on his side, and they did all 4 sides of his body and his head, and they had scarring to back that up.
Oh my gosh.
His stepmother co-signed on all this punishment, and she was just as mean and strict as the dad. She wouldn't beat him with a PVC pipe, but she would hit him. They asked about this workout routine because he kept saying if I would get beat if I didn't complete my workouts. if I didn't eat what I was supposed to eat, I would get beat. So he got up every morning. They woke him up every morning at 5 a.m. and he had to drink a protein shake. And his workouts would last up to 4 hours sometimes. He was mandatory. Every workout had to do 100 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, 100 jumping jacks, and then a bunch of weighted exercises. And he had to do 25-pound dumbbells, and he's a 12-year-old kid.
My God.
So, of course, he was tired, and it took him a long time to finish it, or he couldn't finish. So if he didn't finish, then he would get beat. He also had to do 5,000 revolutions on an elliptical machine, but I never did the elliptical, so I don't even know what that means. Is that like a 5K?
I have no idea. I thought you were going to say like he had to read the Bible or something, revolutions.
Resolution.
What is happening with, why are they making him so fit?
It's military camp.
Okay.
And neither one of them were fit.
Oh, no.
So stepmom they would always threaten to send him to military school.
He probably
in
wanted to
Utah,
go at this point. Oh, hell.
or Haiti. Like, why are those the only two options?
These people. Oh.
And stepmom Monique would threaten to kill him and said that she would get away with it because nobody would ever know, since he was homeschooled and had no friends, that nobody would ever report him missing. I know. Monique, you're a bitch. So on June 14th, so they were like, well, what happened on June 14th? How did you end up in this basement? Well, on June 14th, he did not complete his workout. So Monique, stepmom Monique, punished him. He was taken to the basement of their condo building. So he kept implying, Daddy Charles kept saying, my basement, but this basement was actually not attached to their apartment at all. You had to go, it's like a shared space in a building, in a condo building. So you'd have to go down this long hallway, search this hallway, and it's like more like a storage closet, but it's Michigan, so it's down in the basement because all the snow, they would go down there and store stuff down there in Michigan. So anybody could have had access to this basement, right? So the news kind of made it seem like it was like in their actual house, but it was attached, I guess, to their building that they lived in. When she put him in the basement, she told him that he better not come out no matter what he heard, or she would kill him. So that's why he didn't come out. And he said that he knew when they were gone, and that's when he would sneak upstairs and get Gatorade and protein shakes.
Oh.
Yes. So once she put him in there, she never came back and checked on him. Nobody brought him food. He got his own. And he was still so scared that he would be in trouble. He still only got the food they allowed him to get. Like, if I was sneaking food, I'm going to sneak the stuff y'all eat that you don't allow me to eat, right? He was still getting the protein shakes and the Gatorade because he was still so fearful that he was going to get in trouble. And there was a bathroom across from where he was, and so he would use that bathroom. He was never locked in, so there was a padlock, but the padlock was never locked. It was just barricaded, and so when he got out, he would have to move the stuff. So I don't know. It's just a weird story. Nobody checked on him for 11 days. So my question is now, he said his stepmama put him in. He had no idea if his dad knew for sure, but he assumed that dad knew because they both were very mean and punished him the way that they did.
Yeah.
And they always did it as a team. So he had no reason to believe that his dad didn't know. Do you think the dad knew?
Yes.
Do you think he knew from the beginning?
Yes.
Why report him missing immediately then? I guess was my only question that came up.
Oh, ask Janie. She got a gun. Rudy's mom. Maybe they colluded. I don't know. I have no idea. To get attention? To get money?
I don't know. Because it is true. Like, he didn't have a school, so teachers weren't going to say Charlie didn't come back to school. He didn't have friends in the neighborhood. His mom may eventually miss him, but weeks could go by, because he didn't go see her every weekend. I thought maybe this was stepmom's idea, and Dad really thought he was missing or ran away again, so he called. But I think he eventually found out, and it was like too late to, like, they probably was going to have a plan to have him found, but the police found him before that they could put that plan into action. So now he looks even worse.
Yeah, I
don't know. That's
I know.
only. I don't know. I have no idea. You guys tell us. So is it the dad? Did they both know, or is this just the work of an evil stepmother? Or a lot of people think that Charlie actually did run away because he didn't finish his workout, and that he wanted to run away to get away from his parents.
So that he ran away, but then he came back and just went into the basement?
That he just ran to hide in the basement and snuck up and got food whenever. And that's why he was hiding from the police. And that's why, like, he wasn't malnourished. That's why there wasn't poop in the room, because he had access. He could leave anytime he wanted and go across the hall to the bathroom.
Oh, so you think he was just hiding from everybody?
Yes. Well,
but in the
basement. That was another scenario that was going around at this time.
I don't know now. I don't know.
So Charles and Monique were obviously arrested for child abuse and torture, and the other kids were removed from their home. It came out that Monique was already on probation. She had a gun charge, and they both pled not guilty to the charges. Mm-hmm. So there was a hearing April of 2015. Charlie, number 5, so little Charlie, testified and told the jury and everybody everything that I'd already told you. But he said that it got so bad that he had contemplated suicide. He just wanted to go home to his mother. But he believed that if he told his mom or anybody else that they would not believe him and that nothing would change, that's why he wanted to die. Which that is common of children of abuse, because they become hopeless and powerless, that they don't think there's any point of reporting it. June was the trial, and they ended up dropping the torture charge, so they were just going to go to trial for abuse. Now, the defense claimed that little Charlie, wanted to work out because he thought he was overweight, and that he had already ran away before, and that he was acting out and chose to run away because he wanted to be with his mom, and that basically Charlie was a broken boy. So Charlie was making all this up, is what the defense was claiming.
Okay.
And that these parents who tried to give him discipline should not be punished because this is just a little badass kid.
Okay. What the heck is happening?
But Daddy Charles actually confessed to beating him with a PVC pipe and, a bunch of the other stuff. So stepmom made a guilty plea, and she pled guilty to a misdemeanor charge, which she was able to get her kids back, and her record would be cleared after 6 months. So she did all this. In 6 months, she got her kids back, and in 6 months, no abuse on her record at all. Charles ended up pleading guilty and then would only get 18 months probation, but he had to sign over his rights to Charlie number 5. He had to go to anger management, and he was never allowed to see Charlie number 5 again.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody did jail time.
Good for them. Wow.
Charlie did get to go live with his mom like he wanted.
Okay.
So this all ended in like 2015, and it was all over, and then it got really, really quiet. But Charlie number 4, Daddy Charles, filed a lawsuit, a defamation of character
against Nancy Grace.
Yes. Because Nancy called him a garden variety sadist And because of what happened on Nancy Grace and how she talked bad about him, that his business shut down. I don't know what business he had. He lost his job as a registered nurse, and he is now living with family members because he's basically indigent because he can't find a job.
Maybe he should start panhandling.
Panhandling? Or he should write workout plans.
There you go. Yeah. Be a trainer.
Speak Camp Gladiator trainer and teach 5 a.m. boot camps.
Go ahead. I hear they need some.
So that lawsuit never went anywhere. It was dismissed.
What a shock.
Nancy can say what she wants.
Mm-hmm. Don't mess with Nancy. Don't mess with my Nancy.
Oh, my goodness. So I literally still don't know what happened. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the little boy ran away. I do know that he is like 21 or 22 now, and he's got him a cute little girlfriend because I had to find him on social media. He's got a cute little girlfriend. And
is he super in shape? That's really all I want to know.
He didn't look out of shape, but he didn't look out of shape back then.
No.
He works at Amazon. I think he like literally just graduated from
he's real
high
cute.
school. Yeah. So hopefully little Charlie is living his best life, and hopefully he did get a little bit of discipline after this. I don't know. So you guys tell me what you think. Is it all stepmama? Is it daddy and stepmama, or did little Charlie run away to get back home with his mom? Run away and hide.
Well, you're FBI. What do you think?
I never can say I don't know, but I literally don't know.
I know. You never can.
I just think that as a parent, my reaction would have been totally different had my son been missing and somebody told me on live news. Like, you wouldn't have been able to complete the interview.
No, you get up and go. Like, go, where's my kid? Like, where's my kid? Let me go get him.
Get
and hug
up.
him.
Like, you could tell he was
It just did not seem.
Yeah. Which maybe a mama's reaction would have been different. I don't know. But I didn't even see any tears.
No.
So there was no shock besides the fact that it's on air and now everybody knows your kid was in your basement.
I can't.
And your wife put him there.
It's so bad.
Anyways, there's a sad story wrapped up in a little bit of craziness just for you guys.
I love it. Yeah, I had randomly come across that one a while back, and I wanted to, yeah, I'm glad you did it because it was like wild.
I know. I just really wanted them to see that video. So you guys go find the video. It's crazy. But I'm just warming you up for my next case. It is going to be a lot worse. So I got to give you one more child abuse.
Okay.
All right. That is it.
Love it. Perfect.
Okay. Send this episode to a couple people and subscribe if you have not already, and go on and give us a review on Apple, or what's the thing? Start a chat on Spotify or rate us on Spotify. And send us an email of some of your favorite cases, because sometimes we just can't get inspired.
Sometimes we just can't.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else, Caroline?
That's it.
All right. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Everybody has a story worth telling. I'm Corey Duncan. On Best Story Ever, I take guests that you know through their most unique and captivating stories. The best part? I hear the story for the first time when you do. Everyone has a story. What's yours? Find Best Story Ever on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hola, yo soy Jackie.
Y yo soy Jessica.
Y esto es Zona del Crimen. Un podcast donde hablaremos sobre casos de crímenes reales
y eventos impactantes que han quedado marcados a través del tiempo. Recuerden que nos pueden seguir en Facebook, Instagram
o donde escuches tus podcasts favoritos.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. You can find us on Instagram at bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those two also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
And you didn't say hi.
I didn't. You just kept going. I'm going to introduce the book. I'm not reading it. It's because I don't like reading.
Girls like cowboy butts, and those jeans don't hide anything. Find us on Instagram at Bustles and Bangers or on RogueMediaNetwork.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.